Good day, and thank you for tuning in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. For all of our new listeners and viewers who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Pastor Pope, Senior Pastor of New Life Christian Center, located at 400 Hillcrest Avenue in Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. So if you are ever in our area, we invite you to come and worship with us Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. We invite you to come and experience a better quality of life. And if you're not in our area, you can tune in on our YouTube channel at New Life Christian Center Pastor Pope, where the Sunday sermon goes live at 10:45 a.m. every Sunday at New Life Christian Center, 400 Hillcrest Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. And as always, we are here with you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast, broadcasting live from the FijiWater.com sponsored studio, where you can discuss careers, finances, entrepreneurship. You can discuss marriage, divorce, raising children, blending families. You can discuss dating and relationships, whatever's in your heart, whatever's in your mind. God is concerned about that which concerns you. And that is the reason that we are here with you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast, which is brought to you daily by Fiji Water, Earth's finest water. You may already know that Fiji water comes from Fiji. However, did you know that it is created by nature? It is untouched by man. It starts as a tropical rainfall which slowly filters through layers of volcanic rock, where the water collects in a natural, sustainable artesian aquifer, where it is bottled right at the source, free from human contact until you unscrew the blue cap. Fiji Water, Earth's finest water, will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. This is not just ordinary water. This is Earth's finest water at FijiWater.com. And for those of you who continue giving on the contribution pages of our websites at NewLifeMinistriesInternational.com and NewLifeInternationalCDC.com, and those of you that use the QR code or the link provided on Facebook and YouTube, and those of you that are now using Zelle on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424. We thank all of you for your continued support and for your commitment as we fulfill our commitment to God to be here for you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. So I want to address a couple of housekeeping items before we go into the broadcast. So remember, we want you to stay connected with us, not just through the week, but every day, including the weekends, through our internet radio station, WKAPfaith.com, broadcasting live from the FijiWater.com sponsored studio, where we play music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Music that will encourage you, empower you, and inspire you. And so we want you to stay connected with us. And if you will, also be mindful that we have a public charity, which is New Life Food Source Pantry. If you know someone that is struggling with food insecurities, if you know someone that is in need of food, contact us on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424. We will make arrangements for them to pick up food at New Life Christian Center and at New Life Food Source Pantry Incorporated, which is our public charity at 400 Hillcrest Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that your elderly parents deceased during COVID and left you their home. You said, however, you want to sell the house and move into an apartment and travel to enjoy life. Okay. So let me say this to you first and foremost, because, I'm someone who constantly talks about building wealth. Not only building wealth, but then maintaining the wealth that you build and preserving the wealth for future generations. So you have indicated in your communication that your parents have left you this home. And first of all, I'm going to say, God rest their souls. I'm saddened to hear about the passing of your parents. However, I know they were saved, so, to God be the glory. They've left you an asset, a real tangible asset. They left you their home. You've been living in that home now because before they passed, you were renting, you were a rental, you were renting an apartment. They left you their home, you moved into the home. You've now had the opportunity to not only save some money because you don't have to pay rent any longer, but you've been able to use some of that money to do things that you wanted to do, which was a waste, but that's a whole nother topic, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because you had the opportunity to put aside all that money that you would have been spending on rent. And that would have given you a head start in the sense of being able to plan a vacation, take your time, and go on vacation when the opportunity presents itself. So the issue with that is that you're trying to sell the house, move into an apartment, just travel. You say enjoy life, but what happens when the money is gone? I know you think that, a few $100,000 is going to last you a long period of time, but it's not. If you don't take that money and generate more money, it is going to go very quickly. You're working, so you're like, well, I have enough money to pay my bills, and I can just use that to travel. But what happens when it's gone? You have an asset right now. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is look at life from a different perspective. And here's what I'm going to say to you. And that is, stay in the house. The house is in good condition. You can afford to upkeep the house and still save money. The goal is, because you have no mortgage to pay, no rent to pay, all the money that you would have normally spent on renting, put that aside in a savings account. Because you're going to learn to save your money, invest your money, and when you want to go on vacation, you need to save money up to go on vacation. And then you can take a portion of it and go on vacation. That's why they call it holiday. That's why they call it vacation. In Europe, they call it holiday. And the reason is because you get to take a break from work, but you have to set that time aside. The problem we have in our society today is that people just want to take off time and go on trips for a long weekend. They want to go on trips for the weekend. They want to go. You're never going to maximize your potential or your assets by doing that. You're going to, and I've had people send communications and say, but if I'm doing that once a month, and I'm only going for, a long weekend, Friday through Monday, do you realize that's 48 days? That literally is over a month and a half of time that you've wasted. And unless you're getting 4 weeks a year vacation time from your job, and if you're getting that, 2 of those should be staycations, as opposed to vacating your premises and going on vacation. And the reason is because things need to be done at home also. You're wasting 48 days a year doing things that you don't need to do, that are never going to benefit you, that are never going. Sure, you're going to create some memories, but you can do the same thing on vacation. You can do the same thing by going on vacation, and that's only if you have 4 weeks off from your professional environment, 4 weeks vacation. If you get 2 weeks, then it's only 2 weeks, and you should split those up. And I want to make sure that we get the most out of everything we do. So think about it in these terms. If you get 2 weeks vacation from your job, 1 week should be a staycation, the other one should be a vacation, which means one of them should be you staying at home and doing things around your home that you need to do. The other week should be I'm going to vacate the premises and go away somewhere and enjoy myself, maybe for 5 days, maybe for 4 days, but whatever the case may be. You got to realize that you're trying to maximize your potential. Now, if you're in a professional environment where you get 4 weeks vacation, then you can schedule one every 6 months to get a break, and the other 2, you need to stay at home, staycation, which means you're staying at home, getting some things done, doing what you need to do, and maximizing your potential and maximizing your resources. So you don't want to sell your home that your parents have left you. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to save money. You want to be able to invest your money, and you want to be able to take some time, maybe 1 week a year, and go away or break it up. If you're going to use 1 week if you only have 2 weeks vacation and you want to use one for a staycation and one for vacation, then split up the week of vacation. Take 3 days during the first half of the year and 4 days the second half of the year. There are ways to be more effective and efficient. But the one thing you don't want to do is sell off the asset that you have and move into an apartment, because that money is not going to last. You want to maximize what your parents have left to you. And society has really messed up a whole generation of people to the point where we're not maximizing the quality of life. And so I'm going to encourage you, and you're not in my area, but I will, as long as you communicate, I'll stay in communication with you, just to guide you through this process in the sense of making certain that you save your money and invest. I'm not going to invest your money for you. I'm not your investment representative. I'm not your legal advisor. I'm not your accountant, but I will tell you that there are ways for you to invest that money long term so that you can maximize the potential of the money you save, as opposed to selling the asset that you have and then liquidating your capital and spending it to go on trips. That's not what your parents intended for you, and that's not what you should intend for your life, because that's not maximizing your potential. This segment of the broadcast is brought to you by Comcast Business. So if you are looking for the best telecom solutions for your business, whether you're a small startup or a large enterprise, contact Sarah Jo Boyle at Comcast Business. You can reach her at 215-964-3670. Give your business the edge you deserve, and your code is Pastor Pope for exclusive savings. Contact Sarah Jo Boyle at Comcast Business at 215-964-3670. I want to remind all of our listeners and viewers, effective Monday, July 1st, New Life International Community Development Corporation has become your private money lender broker. So if you are in the real estate business in whatever capacity you are in, whether you're flipping houses, whether you are selling homes, whether you're a real estate agent and you have investors that you work with and they're looking for capital, New Life International Community Development Corporation has become your private money lender broker. Contact us on the T-Mobile caller text line. Text us at 267-992-1424. We will make certain that you have the funding that you need to pursue your real estate projects, even if you're developing projects, real estate projects. We have capital available to you. Contact us by text on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you are struggling with the fact of turning 40 and not accomplishing as much as your friends have accomplished. You said you feel it is now too late because you just turned 40. And I'm here to tell you today, it's never too late. It's only too late if you stop trying. It's only too late if you do nothing. But the one thing you're going to find necessary is to stop comparing yourself to your friends. Stop comparing yourself to the people in your life. It's not a competition with them. What you all should be doing is not only working together in whatever capacity you can by helping one another get to where you want to go, but you should be encouraging one another daily. You should really be focused on what you want to accomplish and not on what your friends have accomplished. Because what you've got to realize is that you don't really know what your friends are dealing with. You don't really know what they have to deal with on a daily basis. All you see is outwardly what they're accomplishing, but the reality is that you all have accomplished some things. You're just, even at 40, you've already made some accomplishments. But stop competing with one another. Just try to make certain that everyone maximizes their potential and that everyone builds a great quality of life, and encourage one another to do that. It's never, and here's what I need all of our listeners and viewers to be mindful of. It is never too late. It's not over until it's over. And what I mean by that is until the Lord calls you home, you still have an opportunity to do more. You still have an opportunity to accomplish more. And every day we should be working to accomplish more, because the more we accomplish, the more glory we bring to God, the more glory we can give to God. So we should be focused on that. And we really should be focusing on accomplishing what God has for each of us. So here's the analogy to that. I'm sure many of us have heard this before. What God has for you is for you. So you only need to continue working every day to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly become, and focusing on accomplishing more. That's really what it's all about. It's just step by step accomplishing more, and it's never too late to do that. No matter how old we are, no matter how young we are, no matter how old we are, if we're still here, we have an opportunity to accomplish something more. You're 40 years old. You just turned 40. Look at what Moses accomplished after 40. So I know you say, well, that's a biblical analogy, but it happened. So you've got to think about what you can accomplish moving forward from 40. Because you're only at halftime. A little more than halftime, but you're only at halftime. And that's what you've got to be mindful of. You've got a lot more to do and a lot more to give. Now, some of us are in the fourth quarter, those us baby boomers. We're in the fourth quarter. Perfectly, God will give us some overtime and we will keep working to bring him glory. But we're in the fourth quarter. But that doesn't mean that we have to stop trying to accomplish. That we don't keep building for the future, that we don't continue building for the next generation. We've got to do better than that as a society. We've been bamboozled into believing that as we get older, we shouldn't be taking on any more responsibility because we're old. No, we are building, maintaining, and preserving a great quality of life that will be passed on to the next generation. And so I want to encourage you to, first of all, stop competing with your friends. Accomplish what God desires to do in you and through you. And know that until the end, until it's over, it's not over. So you keep working. You keep working to accomplish what God desires to accomplish in you and through you. It's never too late unless you do nothing. It's never too late unless you stop trying. And as we get older, we might have to pace ourselves. But we still keep moving. We keep going, keep moving forward. And you'll be amazed what God will do in you and through you, because God will do exceeding abundantly above all that you can ask or think, according to the power of God that works in you. This segment of the broadcast is brought to you by Porsche.com. If you are in the market for a high-performance automobile, one of the finest high-performance automobiles ever manufactured, go to Porsche.com, where you have the opportunity to virtually build out the Porsche you desire to own. And if you are in our area, you can simply go to PorscheDelaware.com, ask to speak to Mike Didio, who is the general manager of PorscheDelaware.com. He will have someone assist you in selecting the Porsche you desire to own. And if you are in our area and you currently own a Porsche, go to PorscheDelaware.com, ask to speak to Mike Adams, who is the service manager at PorscheDelaware.com. He will have someone assist you in scheduling an appointment. They will pick up your vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner vehicle to you, and return your vehicle to you when your service has been completed at PorscheDelaware.com. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated you are feeling exhausted from all the efforts that you and your husband have put into your business. You said, however, your children have no interest in the business. That's because your children are following the ways of society, telling them to find their passion and make it their profession. No, your passion is a hobby. Let me give you an example. I love to run, but I'm not going to build wealth running. I run because wealth is health, and I run because it allows me to be healthy. It helps me be healthy. I love to play golf. I'm not on the PGA Tour. Golf is a passion, but it's what I enjoy doing as a hobby. My passion for those things bring me joy, but they're not going to fulfill my day-to-day life. So we know that's ministry. That's preaching the gospel, that God loves you, and the reason he loves you and the way that he loved you was a way that no man can love you, because he gave us the gift of his only begotten Son, Jesus, to be the Savior of the world, if you accept him. Right? So that's my purpose, not just a passion. That's my purpose. But I say to you that your children, like many others, have decided that they want to chase what it gives them passion. But they've got to learn that they've got to chase their purpose. You've built a business that has been successful for a very long time. You've built a business that has been able to sustain itself through the ups and downs of the economy. It's been able to, over decades, it's been able to sustain itself through COVID. It has allowed you to put 3 children through college. It has allowed you to build a great resource for your family, and now a legacy for your family. And you say you're feeling exhausted, and they put no effort into the business because they have no desire to, no interest in the business. What you and your husband are going to have to do is decide that they're going to live life their way. You're going to have to decide what the charitable and philanthropic endeavors you're going to pursue, how you're going to pursue them, how you're going to structure it, how you're going to set it up, so that you're not mentally exhausted. You're physically fine with doing the business, going about your business every day. You're physically fine with that. I know your husband's had some moments with his health that has been a little off from time to time over the years, but it's mostly due to things like, weight. It's been mostly due to things like, joint pain, the usual stuff that us baby boomers have to deal with because of what our bodies have been, and what we've done with our bodies and to our bodies over the course of our lifetime. But as a whole, you both are able to go to work every day, go to your business every day, run your business every day, and keep moving your business forward. But your children are not focused on that. So therefore, you've got to decide, so that you're not mentally exhausted, what you're going to do from a charitable and philanthropic endeavor. Structure it so that what you want to support will be supported for the future, and structure it for your children so that they only get a certain portion at a very specific time, a time when they should have matured enough to handle what you place in their hands. Other than that, you'll continue to be mentally exhausted, and your children are still going to be doing what they want to do. So we just got to do a better job of understanding what we're dealing with, what we're working with, and don't allow our children to cause us unnecessary stress. Because you're really still in control of. You're in control of your faculties, you're in control of your assets, and you can control that well. So don't make it an issue for yourself just because they've decided that they want to do something different. Because that's what society is teaching young people now. We just got to do a better job of teaching them differently and not allow society to raise our children. Because they're going to continue society's going to continue trying to get them to do things in a way, because it's the enemy that does this, in a way that is not conducive to bringing God the glory. This segment of the broadcast has been brought to you by Charles Tyrwhitt, located in London, UK. They also have stores in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and at the King of Prussia Mall in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. So if you're in any of those areas, stop in at their retail stores. They have everything that a man could possibly need. And if you're not in those areas, you can order from Charles Tyrwhitt at ctshirts.com, and The White Company, located in London, the UK. They also have a store on Fifth Avenue in New York. So if you're in New York, stop in at the retail stores. Stop in at the retail store. They have everything you could possibly need: home goods, clothing for men, women, and children. And if you are not in New York, you can order from The White Company at thewhitecompany.com. They too will ship and deliver right to your front door in an appropriate period of time. There was another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers. However, I'm going to run out of time today, so I will make certain that I will address that on the very next broadcast. Have a great day today. Today's Daily Divine Direction broadcast has been brought to you by Fiji Water. A taste of paradise will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. May God bless you today. May God keep his face turned towards you. May God give you peace that surpasses all understanding. Have a great day today. Remember, stay connected with us on our internet radio station, WKAPFaith.com, where we play music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, music 365 days, music that will encourage you, empower you, and inspire you. And remember, if you are in the real estate business, contact us, text us on the T-Mobile Call or Text